here from Twist Me Pretty. Welcome back to my channel. Today's spook tutorial is inspired by the evil queen from The Huntsman Winter's War. Charlize Theron is like a freaking babe, so I thought I would put together some of my favorite looks she had in that movie, and I came up with this. I hope you guys like it. We've got the makeup and the hair tutorial. I just think that these are like super edgy curls. I'm kind of obsessed with this whole look. So I hope you guys like it. Make sure to subscribe down below so that you don't miss any future tutorials. And let's get started.
Okay, so I'm using the Hourglass Mineral Primer to prime my skin, and then I'm using the Make Sense Anti-Aging Foundation and just buffing it all over using the IT Cosmetics No. 6 foundation brush. I really love this foundation because it has a lot of skincare benefits in it, but it also just covers my acne so well. I have a lot of redness and just hyperpigmentation, so it evens out my skin tone and makes it look really nice and smooth. I'll leave more info on how to snag some in the description box if you are interested. Next up, I'm using the NARS Creamy Concealer in Vanilla to brighten up my under eyes. I like to just draw an inverted triangle and then blend it out with a soft brush or use my ring fingers and just gently kind of pat. Next, I'm taking the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder with the Sigma F37 Spotlight Duster Brush, and I don't know, what are the kids calling it these days, baking? I'm putting on quite a bit because I want it to catch any fallout from the dark under eye makeup that we're using. So I'll show you later, or you could just do the under eye concealer after you've done your eye makeup. Either way works. Then I'm filling in my brows with the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Brush. This shade is Universal Taupe. And then just combing it through with the Gimme Brow Volumizing Fiber from Benefit. This is shade number 3. Let's get on to our eyes, shall we? This is MAC's Paint Pot in Painterly. I'm just priming the lids. And then I'm going to be using In the Light palette from Stila Cosmetics. This is just an old palette, but I'll link up a couple of good ones that have similar shades in the description box. So I'm taking the Angled Shadow IT Cosmetics No. 117 brush and the color Bear. It's just like a light vanilla color. And I'm just sweeping it all over the eyelid and under the brow. Then I'm using the same brush and the color Luster. It's like a dark silvery gray color, and we're just gonna start smoking out the lid. So you wanna pack it on to avoid any fallout, and then I always like to just start light and add more as I go so that I don't overdo it. Now we're gonna smoke it out even further, and I'm taking the Pro Shader No. 18 brush from Sephora and the color Ebony, which is just a really pigmented matte black. So I'm gonna line the outer corners of my lid. And then I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush and blend out that line. So you really sort of want to flick the color towards the tail of your brow and then just blend it into the crease, kind of like a little V. It's just going to really open up that eye. Then I'm taking that small Pro Shader brush again and applying the ebony color on my lower lash line. Blend it out a little bit. I'm just using my finger, no big deal. And then finally sweeping off that translucent powder below my eyes to remove any fallout. Next, I'm just lining the lids. This is the IT Cosmetics Super Liner, and then I'm putting on some mascara. This is the Magnetic Mascara from Pure Cosmetics. It is a longtime favorite of mine, and honestly, I'm not taking too much time on my lids just because they're not the focal point, and I have hooded eyes anyway, so by the time I add lashes, you really just can't see much of my eye. So yeah, this is just what I'm doing. Now I'm going to contour, and I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Medium Matte Bronzer. This smells so dang good. And then the Sigma Angled Kabuki brush to blend it. Just buff it into the skin, under the cheekbones, along the hairline, and then I'm using my finger to contour my nose because I'm super classy like that. Time for blush. This is the Amazonian 12-Hour Blush from Tarte. This is the color Party, and I'm using the Sephora Angled Blush Brush to apply it. Don't forget to line the waterline. This is the Drama Liquid Pencil from Lancome. It's a super soft pencil, so I love using it when I'm lining my waterline. Finally, onto our highlight. This is my favorite highlight of all time. It's the Becca Champagne Pop. It seriously just gives the prettiest glow. So I'm going in a little bit heavy, and I'm using the Sigma F37 Spotlight Duster Brush above the cheekbones, above the brows, down the nose, and over the Cupid's bow. Then you're going to want to apply some fake lashes. These are the Vegas nail lashes from Target. Just make sure that you've trimmed them so they fit your eye, and let the lash adhesive get tacky before trying to put them onto your lid. And finally, the gold flecks. So these are gold flakes that I picked up from Michael's craft store. I know you can get them at Walmart too. They're these super thin gold flakes, and basically what I'm gonna do is use some glitter glue. Eyelash adhesive would work too, and then we're just gonna be gluing a small section at a time and pressing the flakes onto the glue. So this can get pretty messy, just beware. I started off pretty organized at the beginning and was doing like a flake at a time, and then by the second I was just crushing the flakes into my fingers and slapping them on. Honestly, both ways looked the same, so you don't need to be too careful with this, is all I'm trying to say. So I basically did above my eyebrows up to my forehead, and then I did near my tear duct and down my nose just a little bit. So you can see here that I'm literally just crushing the gold flakes, sticking them on my finger, and just kind of pressing them wherever they will stick. No organization or planning on this part at all. And then here I'm adding a little bit of glue onto the tips of my eyelashes and just adding some of those gold flakes. I feel like this kind of just helped with that transition a little bit. These gold flakes honestly looked so cool, and they're really, really easy to do, just a little bit messy, so don't be intimidated by them. Just go snag some of the gold flakes and get some glitter glue or eyelash adhesive like I said earlier, and just start playing around with them. I promise you'll be like, what? This is amazing. On to the lips, I'm using Blackberry Lip Sense. You guys, if you're gonna do a bold lip like this, why would you mess around with a lipstick that could just come off or get all over? Lip Sense literally will not budge or smudge or come off until you want it off. Like, I'm literally making out with this cup right now and there's nothing. So if you're gonna do a bold black or like a deep red, you've gotta invest in some Lip Sense. So you're gonna do 3 light coats. Make sure to let each coat dry in between layers, and then I'm using the matte gloss. If you're new to Lip Sense, I'd recommend the Glossy Gloss just because it's more hydrating, but I will make sure that there is all the info you need in the description box to order some, and this blackberry color is actually in stock right now, which is amazing, so go snag some. But then you can slay as an evil queen, you guys, and eat your own poisonous apple, right? Look, no black. Now that our makeup is done, we're moving on to the hair. So I just washed it. I'm going to be spraying some Bumble and Bumble Dry Shampoo into it. And now I'm just taking the Pearl wand. Now this came in my Lustrum set from Numi. I'll link up a couple different wand options for you down below in the description box. But basically this wand is going to give us these edgier waves, which I think are really cool. So you can style them basically 2 ways. The first way is to just wrap the hair around the skinnier parts of the wand and avoid that bubble. But I think putting your hair around the big bubble gives it that nice little crimp in the style, so this is how you do it. You're gonna take a small section of hair and we're wrapping away from our face, and you're gonna wrap it around the smaller part of the wand and then carefully spread it over the bubble. Then wrap it around the smaller part of the wand and then spread the hair over the bubble. And it might slip and slide while you're trying to spread it over that bubble, but that's okay, not a big deal. Just keep on working down the wand and then leave the last inch or so of hair off of the iron. We want our ends to be straight for this. And then you're actually gonna unwind the hair from the iron because this is gonna help just avoid any frizz. Now that all my extensions are curled, I'm gonna work on curling my own hair. By the way, these are laced hair extensions. If you're gonna invest in extensions, I'd go with laced every time. If you're buying cheap hair, it's either gonna look synthetic or matte quickly and just not last very long. So laced extensions last forever and they blend so nicely, they look amazing. So anyway, now I'm curling a layer of hair at a time and going in section by section. When I reach my temples, I'm gonna add in all those extensions. Here I'm wearing 3 wefts. So the larger one is on top and then the 2 smaller ones are below that, and then I'm just finishing off the curls. On to the crown. I found this one at dollskill.com, and you can either wear it as a crown on top of your head or it actually opens up, and I'm just gonna pin it kind of further down onto my forehead. So yeah, it has these little strappy things. I'm just putting the bobby pins in and pinning it onto my head. And there it is, the evil queen. I hope you guys loved this video. Of course, I had to dress Savvy up as Snow White. She's literally killing me just chomping on that apple. Thank you so
much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave it a thumbs up, and in the comments below let me know what you think. Do you like this take on the evil queen? I think she's pretty much fabulous. Don't forget that you can subscribe right here, and then I'll leave my Halloween playlist right here so that you can catch up on anything that you've missed, and you can always find me on Instagram at twistmepretty. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!